In this video lesson, let's take a look at the prominent bony landmarks on the right side clavicle with an inferior to superior view. First, for context, this side is medial, lateral, anterior, posterior. This is the medial, or we could say proximal end, or we could say the sternal end of the clavicle, because this is the articular surface of the clavicle here that forms a joint with the manubrium of the sternum, creating the sternoclavicular joint. Here we have the lateral, distal, or we could say acromial end of the clavicle, because the articular surface on this acromial end of the clavicle meets the acromion process of the scapula, forming the acromioclavicular joint. This is the anterior border of the clavicle. This is the posterior border. And we are looking at the inferior surface. Toward the medial end, we can see the costal tubercle. This is the attachment site for the costoclavicular ligament, a ligament that runs from the first rib up onto this inferior medial end of the clavicle. And out here, we have the conoid tubercle, the attachment site for the conoid ligament of the coracoclavicular ligament complex. And here we see the subclavian groove, which is the attachment site on the middle 1/3 of the inferior surface of the clavicle for the subclavius muscle. So this has been a review of the prominent bony landmarks of the right side clavicle with an inferior to superior view. Now that we've reviewed all of the prominent bony landmarks here, let's quiz ourselves. Pause the screen for a moment and see how many of the landmarks you can name. And now, if you would like, pause the screen again and see how many of the attachment sites you can name.